Afternoon, everyone. Scott Abbott, Regional Parks, Trails, and Open Space Manager. About 9 o'clock this morning, I got a report from one of our on-site park rangers that we had an issue with North Cheyenne Canyon's road. Some pictures were sent to me. Really what it looks like is we've had a significant amount of rainfall, certainly over the past few days, and that has created some erosion issues along the roadside. The creek is running at a very high rate. What had happened is the creek side had eroded, and we have about a third of the roadway missing at this point. It had collapsed and has fallen into the creek. So we have a situation on our park road that is causing it to be impassable by cars at this point. So we've closed the road to traffic. We want to make sure that the public knows that the park trails are still open, but traffic through the canyon is closed at this point. We're working with our stormwater engineering department. They're taking a closer look at really the ins and outs of what may happen continually as we are in the middle of a weather pattern, and we might get some rain today and tomorrow and maybe even into the weekend. And they have more technical aspects of what may continue to happen to that road. But for now, we do have the park closed to traffic. I would have no ability to give you a ballpark on when the road would be fixed and open for traffic. But if folks want to park in the parking areas that are outside of the road corridor, they can still access our park trails. And it's very important to emphasize that we really want the public to stay on our park trail system. We do not want people on the roadway at this time. Sure. The northern entrance to North Cheyenne Canyon Park comes through Gold Camp Road, and we have that access closed as well at this point. We would just end up overloading the park from one direction without any ability for ingress and egress other than that one area. So we're keeping that area closed at now until we get more information. Yes and yes. During the initial stages of trying to understand what was happening, clearly we had park visitors in the park this morning, and we allowed them to come through the area. But as we learned more about the significance of what is happening to that road, we closed all traffic, and we moved all of the people who remained in the park up and out through the Gold Camp exit. We had significant rains in 14 and 15, caused significant damage to Gold Camp Road itself, and we lost a section of that road in its entirety. So during that time, we had significant damages to Gold Camp Road and North Cheyenne Canyon Road as well. Absolutely. We don't want anybody getting close to anything that could be deemed a danger, and we would like for them to notify, really, if it's an emergency situation, notify 911 so we can get people on site very quickly. Yeah, the folks that live in the canyon are used to situations like this, whether it's a snow event, whether it's a rain event like this. We have had some closures and some issues in the past, so they're used to understanding that there is another opportunity for egress, and we're certainly working with them, make sure that they have all their access needs taken care of, and that they can come and go as they need. way too early to comment on that as well. You know, we work with our race event organizer and make sure we're making really good decisions for all parties involved. Again, we're still in the middle of an active weather pattern, so we just want to make sure that we're going to make good judgment call as we get closer to that event. Yeah, we're working with our Public Works Department, and even as early as today, we might see some attempts at kind of shoring up what has already been eroded. Again, we're just trying to make some efforts. The possibility of slowing down the erosion to that creek side, that's a possibility. So we're trying to make an effort and do all we can do in the interim. I'm a park manager, not a roadway engineer, so I want to make sure that our engineers make sure they kind of attend to that type of question.